Hello, my fellow Axonalers idiots. This is the third video I'm making concerning my favorite house rules to make it more realistic and historical for Axonalers 1914. And so, as you can see here, it's a 6 round. And America just entered the war. So, according to the house rules, I made each round last 6 rounds. So, this being the 6th round, it's 1917. As I said, America just entered the war. Now they're into Africa, to either go to France, or maybe in Italy, or maybe Africa, which I don't think so. See, the Germans still had a toehold in Africa up to 1917. You see, the French are marching in. They just took over the territories. And the British are just sitting there waiting to get strong enough to attack them. But as you see up there, the Navy is about to go, ready to go into South Africa. So, but the Germans had to turn first, so we'll see what happens. Now for the Turks, they ain't doing too bad. Under these new house rules, they're still pretty much into the war intact. In fact, there's about 23 IPCs. I mean, look at, you got Arabia. That's their marker I'm using for them, since I don't have the markers to this game. I'm still waiting on that. Of course, they got their Bulgaria, and you got Sebastopol. It just guides this round with the help of the Austrians helping them out. But the Russians out. Now the Russians, they're in the most worst shape of all the nations. And they got forces there, forces right there, and of course into their capital. And they're down, NPCs as well. Let's see what. Down about 21 after Germany bombed them with a Zeppelin attack. Germany, the next round, is ready to attack Poland. And I think Russia will be pulling back before then. And with Austria on their tail too. You just got Romania this last round. And they're all going to Ukraine, as well as the Turks. So it looks like pretty soon Russians be calling it quits and surrender the war. But if they negotiate a peace treaty according to the house rules, Germany would gain 3 of their territories: Belarus, Poland, and Livonia. And Austrians will begin the Ukraine, and the Turks will begin Sevastopol, and then Russia would be out of the game. Will happen probably in a couple more rounds. But Central Powers better be in a rush, because America just joined the war. They're in Africa right now. All those transports, all those troops, and artillery, a tank, and a fighter. And as you see here, that those transports under a white ship A white chip, according to my rules, represents 10 width. Represents 10 width. But I colored the edges black because, as you know, the gray chips nowadays are considered 1, so you might as well do something with the white chips. So I just made them 10 to color it black around the edges. And it says that would be my 10 chip. Now, as you see in this game, red chips are 5. Not 1 like it's 1914 original rules, because I didn't get the chips to this game, just the map and rules. Now you'll see some gray chips, like this one here. I colored green around the edges and green around there to show that it would be a 4 chip. Now, considering the blue chips you may see around this board here, let's see, if you go to Constantinople, you see a blue chip, that would represent a 3 chip in my version. So, if you saw my last video concerning neutrality, it's working for the Central Powers. No one's violated neutrality just yet. It's a no-no because of the punishment for it. So no powers want to attack the neutrals, as you see from my last video of the House rules concerning that. You see France is holding their own, but it ain't going anywhere. Right there. But Germany has a whole big stack. They're in Belgium. But the French had a big stack too. I had a lot of 10 chips underneath here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 50 troops there. And the Germans, they got almost as much in troops as well, but they got a lot of turtle under those chips there. You see a red chip, but there's chips underneath as well. And so, Italy, and we're holding their own there. You know they lost Venice there. You see Austria has, and there's a marker on there. The marker I'm using for this game. Like I said earlier, I didn't get the markers to this game. And so, Austria's holding up, but the British just landed in Italy to help them out defensive-wise. And America may just come in from Africa to trade off with the British, so the British could go into Egypt, all that stuff, so they could ready to attack the Turks. But I think they'll be going to Greece, since this being the 6th round, now that Greece is Allied friendly, so being the 6th round, 1917, like the real war, they were Allied friendly to the British. So I think the British should be going to Greece. That way they can open up that Strait of Bosporus, so they can attack the Turks' capital and also all those ships that have been protected all those rounds and years of war. So it looks like the Turks, they may be happy right now, but it don't look like they're going to be happy for long. And what else? I think one more thing. The Germans just got a couple new freebie subs, because I looked on the the house rules concerning subs for Germany. So, in the out-of-box rules it says that once they start unrestricted warfare on the open seas, their subs, and it brings America into the game. But in my house rules, it can at least do one unrestricted sub warfare on the open waters, not suffer a penalty for the first one anyways. Like in the real war, they done unrestricted sub warfare on the open waters in the real war. And so afterwards they were at war not to do it again. But as you know, the Germans in the real war did it again. But I did it once where the Germans fought no penalty against them. But for the sixth round, I had them declare a second time of open warfare in the water of the subs. So since America is coming into the war anyway, so they did it. Without really suffering any penalties, but it really bombed the waters of Britain, and so Britain was losing a lot of money. And one more thing. See that right there? That's my version of a Zeppelin. Actually, it's a V2 rocket from another game. But I consider this a Zeppelin for the Germans. And so, in my house rules, Germany gets one free Zeppelin in round 2. Because in the real war, that's when they came out in 1915. And so if they want to buy more, they have to pay IPCs just to do it. But it has to come from industrial production territory, which Germany has 2. They have Berlin and Ruhr. I know in my last video I said Munich was a production center for the Germans, but I changed my mind. Looking up in the house rules, I made Ruhr a production center, which is easier for the Central Powers since they're right next to Belgium. They could go right in as soon as they build out of there for the next round. And so hope that was informative. The last 2 videos, really no one comments about it. And so I'll make just one more video concerning 1914 and how all the setup is and the rules. If that doesn't give me any comments, then I'll just listen to y'all and just shut up and won't do any more videos. So, this is No Limit from Chicago. Remember, everybody, except when you're playing against me. Bye.